Hi, Bilo.
Stop it.
We have a little helper.
Well,
Lina Mats. I have a dog also.
Yay.
Not just Christina.
Oh.
He really likes Christina today. See?
His name is Neo.
Yes, like the guy from The Matrix.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Hi.
I'm Christina.
I'm Maya from Book and
Dreams.
Dreams, and welcome to a new video.
So, as you can see, today we are talking about our February TBR. It is the shortest month of the year. Therefore, we chose the least amount of books.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
has that ever happened? So we're just gonna dive in quickly because we have some things to go through.
So, the first book I want to talk about is The Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Both of us are reading this book. This is book 1 in the Throne of Glass series, in which we follow Selena Sardothian.
Yes.
And in this one, we find her as a prisoner of a salt mine because she was, we learned in the previous book that she was sentenced there. Then close your eyes or something, ears or something. She was sentenced there for something that she did. And she's found there by a prince whose name totally escapes me now, which is totally stupid. Oh my god, he has a stupid name. Hold on.
He has a stupid name.
I mean, he is a stupid character.
It's okay. Just call him the prince.
All right. Anyway, the prince finds her and takes her back to his kingdom so she can be his champion in like a gladiator kind of game. So for some stupid reason, so she can become the royal assassin or something. That's like I read this a long time ago. I don't really remember what the first book was about.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what the book is about, and we're reading this because of the Tog Along or the Throne of Glass Read Along, which is hosted by Stephanie from Steph Loves and a bunch of other people, in which we are reading one book a month from this series.
The next book both of us are reading is Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. This is the second book in the Broken Earth trilogy. So I can't tell you much about the second book because it's the second book, so I'm gonna spoil the first one. But the entire trilogy is about this woman called Esun who finds her son dead and her husband and daughter missing because her husband killed her son. Because the son had some kind of elemental magic, let's say, and she is part of this kind of people that have magic in them, and you follow her path, like trying to find her husband and her daughter.
Yes, also at the same time, the 5th season is happening, which is basically the season in which the Earth is coming to an end because of various geological catastrophes.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And we read the first book in the series and we absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm.
We will link our favorites of the year somewhere because we mentioned it. So we are planning on continuing the series.
Yay! The next book I want to mention is a book that I want to read because I have to read the sequel for the Read Harder Challenge. So I want to Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. Very popular romantic book. I almost said romantic comedy. So
right.
Romance book. So I wanted to say. I mean, everybody's read it, but us apparently. Yeah, in that, one second, Neo. In the book, we follow Chloe Brown as she, after a sort of near-death experience, decides to sort of grab reins of her life and like do stuff. And she has like I think it's hate to love sort of relationship. I mean, not hate, but like dislike to love with a handyman from her building, and he helps her to achieve some of the things on her list. And then, romance blossoms and everything. So everybody loved it, and we are reading the sequel.
Yes. And as she said, the next book on our list is Take a Hint, Dani Brown, which is the sequel to Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So in the second book, we follow Chloe's sister, Dani, or Danica, who is a PhD student, and there's a fire drill at her, I think, university, and the security guard kind of saves her because the fire drill goes wrong, and then the video of this rescue becomes viral, and they kind of become a sensation, like, you know, like internet sensations, and they agree to a fake date. So his sports club for kids gets some publicity and gets some money.
Mhm.
So apparently this one is a true hate to love. Like they don't.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the first one isn't that much because I read the first one,
All right.
so it's not really.
Okay.
But
I'm misinformed.
this one is apparently is, and plus fake relationship and everything. So I think it should be fun.
Ooh, excellent. The next two books I'm going to mention I'm going to mention them together because they're sort of in the same genre. So both of them are urban fantasy books. The first one is The Good Dragon Deserves Better by, I think it's Rachel Aaron, but I'm not sure. I'll write the name down below. This is the sequel to All Good Dragons Finish Last or something like that. I don't remember. Basically, I love this book because, the first one, because it's about a dragon family. They're like shapeshifters, so they can shapeshift into humans. And Mama Dragon kicks out our main character from the nest and the mountain, whatever, because he's not dragony enough. You know, he likes books and he's, you know, he's sort of small and sensitive, while all his other brothers are basically and sisters using humans and taking advantage to make themselves richer, and they're cruel and everything. So he gets shunned, and he basically spends the first book trying to do something which I don't remember what. This is amazing. I don't remember anything I read. So he's like trying to prove to his mother that he is dragon enough. And then the sequel, I guess, continues from that book. And the second book I want to mention that I want to get to is Dead Man in a Ditch by Luke Arnold. This is book 2 in his Last Smile in Sonder City. It actually has a series. It actually has a different name. I'll write it somewhere here. In which we follow Fetch Phillips. Fetch Phillips really messed up some time ago, and managed to destroy magic from his world filled with magical creatures. So he basically is spending his time trying to atone for his mistake, and he's helping various magical creatures as a private investigator to, you know, help find people and solve some crimes connected to them. So the sequel should be fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, the next book I would like to read is The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. So this is book 2 in the Handmaid's Tale series now, I guess, duology.
Mm-hmm.
And this follows 3 points of views, female narrators from Gilead. And this is set 15 years after the Handmaid's Tale ends. And that's literally all I managed to find out about this book. So that's all I know, but Handmaid's Tale was one of the books that has had the biggest impact on me as a person that I've ever read. So I would really like to see. So
I'm afraid to read the Handmaid's Tale. It's very intimidating. And
it was very difficult to read. It was very difficult. I think I took a break for about a month because I was really upset. But still, it was one of like, it's really not a formatting book. Oh my god, how do you say it? You know,
formidable.
Not formidable. I can't remember the word, but like that it.
Let's
builds, you know, like your personality and character.
Oh
like
God.
You understand more about yourself and like you think about stuff. Anyways, that's what it was for me. So I would really like to kind of continue on and read this.
All right. The next book I want to mention is Persephone Station. This is a book that we had on our most anticipated video, which will go somewhere here. So basically, Persephone Station by Stina Light is about Persephone Station, which is a planet in a universe. So Persephone Station has found itself a center of attention from a sort of mining business. And in it, the book, we follow 2 characters. I think it's Angel and Rose or something. One of them runs a bar for criminals. The other is a sort of criminal, and they have to work for the other one to sort of help Persephone Station not become like iskoristena.
Exploited?
Exploited, thank you. Something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
So I like to not know things, because if I know things, I
The cover looks amazing.
Yeah, the cover is awesome. I have like expectations, and when they're not met, it's like, oh, that's not good. But so I like to not know a lot. So that's why this is very, very informative.
The next book I want to read is one of my middle grades from my reading goals for this year. We're gonna link that somewhere up above. And the book is Ghost Boys by Jewel Parker Rhodes. So this is the story about a boy named Jerome who gets shot by a police officer who mistakes his toy gun for like a real threat, and he becomes a ghost. And as a ghost, he kind of follows.
He dies, right?
Yes, he dies, and as a ghost, he follows what the repercussions of that shooting and killing are for his family and for his community. And during that, he meets another ghost called Emmett, who I guess died in similar circumstances or something like that, but like years before, who helps him kind of deal with what has happened to him. And lastly, he also gets to communicate with the police officer's daughter. So I think it should be very interesting, but also very hard-hitting. So to some degree, I'm very scared to read it, but at the other, like...
Very intrigued.
And I think it's necessary to read stories like that, so yeah.
Well, the last book I want to mention that I'm going to try and read in February, this is The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. This is book 3 in the Winter Night trilogy, in which we follow Vasya, who lives in the first book. This is the third one, so I can just tell you what the first book is about. In the first book, Vasya lives in a village that is near a forest, and she can see all the little pagan gods that are in Russian folklore, because they are there to help the humans of the village if you give them stuff like tributes and everything. After her mother dies, her father marries a new woman who is a very, very big Christian, and with her she brings a priest who then tries to convert the entirety of the village. And while succeeding in some ways, they manage to scare away the pagan gods, because nobody's helping them anymore, giving them tribute. So there is like an ancient evil thing that is lurking in the forest, because there's nobody there to control it and everything, and it starts affecting the villagers and everything else. That's the first one. The second one happens in Moscow, and it's awesome. And the third one, I have no idea what happened, because something really big happened in the second one. I can't really tell you because that would be spoilery. But the third one should be really fun, and I should definitely get to this because it will be interesting. And it's definitely shorter than I thought it would be. It's
it doesn't look that big.
350 pages.
Well, that's not that big.
That's not bad.
That's really okay. Yeah. I mean, for a fantasy book, that's really...
Yeah, and for a finale, it's...
Yeah.
Someone's calling me. So after we were interrupted, that's it. I'm going to read this. The end.
Okay, I think the final book that we have is a creation book, and that is
the back of it.
The back of it. That is Vrelo Tame, or The Source of Darkness by Ed Battle. So this is a mix of a crime novel and a space opera novel. So we're following Seth Ramsey, who is a member of the police/military forces in the so-called Alliance, like with the capital A. And we follow him as he tries to solve a murder from a less developed planet in like this star system or whatever. And while he is investigating, he kind of gets caught up in some social structures and hierarchies and everything that put his beliefs and capabilities to the test. And I mean, it sounds really interesting to me. And literally while she was taking the call, I started reading it, and the first couple of pages were really good. I like it. So I'm actually really looking forward to reading this in February.
Cool. So that's it for our video. There will be some important links down below, so please do check them out. If you want to share your February TBRs, please feel free to do so. You can talk to us down in the comments below.
Please like, share, subscribe, press the bell button if you want to get notifications whenever we post new videos.
And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next one.
Bye.
Bye. Neo, say bye.
Say bye.
Bye.